I think I'm recording where I left off in the Fair Housing Act, and it was on page 154 talking about lenders should not assume that because a home or neighborhood is over a certain age, large adjustments are appropriate. In the comparable sales approach to value, racial bias may cause an appraiser to select inappropriate comparables or make inappropriate adjustments. Other practices involving savings association underwriting standards must be clearly written and non-discriminatory. The loan underwriting standards and business practices that implement them must be reviewed annually to ensure equal opportunity in lending. Savings Association application requirements. No savings association may discourage to refuse, allow, receive, consider, or process any application, request, or inquiry on any prohibited basis. This rule applies to any person who makes an application for a loan or other service, requests forms or papers to be used to make an application for a loan or service, inquiries about the availability of a loan or service, and associations must inform each inquirer of his or her rights to file a written loan application and receive a copy of the association's underwriting standards. Racial steering, the act of deliberately guiding loan applicants or potential purchasers toward or away from certain types of loans or geographic areas because of race. Monitoring and keeping, and record keeping I should say, subsection D under the Fair Housing Act here, national banks subject to the Home Mortgage Disclosure Act must update the Home Mortgage Disclosure Act loan application register within 30 days after the end of each calendar quarter for applications submitted during the quarter. For denied applications, the bank must note the reason for the denial. Monitoring and record keeping, subsection E, national banks not subject to HMDA, a national bank that is not subject to HMDA that receives at least 50 or more home loan applications during the previous calendar quarter may choose either of the two record-keeping systems, A, to maintain the records required of banks subject to HMDA, or B, for the categories purchase, construction, permanent, and refinance, record the following home loan information for each decision center of the bank on the Fair Housing Home Loan Data System log sheet. Number of applications received.
Why don't you wait and go home tomorrow?
Number of loans closed, number of loans denied, and number of loans withdrawn by the applicant. Home loan applications. Include all applications and loans for purchase, permanent financing, for construction, or refinancing of residential real property be used for the consumer's principal dwelling.
What are you telling me?
You can sit over there.
No, it's too hard. I'm going to go in and play a couple games so I can relax.
Okay.
Maybe, I don't know.
Okay.
Okay.
Do not include home improvement loans, loans to purchase vacation homes, interim construction loans, loans secured by mobile homes that are not permanently fixed to the real property.
Is this the dog stuff?
Mm-hmm.
Is it a treat?
Yeah.
It's like licorice.
It's a treat. Permanently fixed to real property, loans secured by real estate but made for other purposes, or loans to purchase vacant lots. Timing coverage must update the information within 30 calendar days of the end of each quarter, as we explained before. A bank exempt from coverage because it received less than 50 loan applications will be covered by this requirement for the next month following any quarter in which the bank receives an average of more than 4 home loan applications per month. The bank may discontinue keeping the monthly information following 2 consecutive quarters in which the average monthly volume drops to 4 or fewer home loan applications. Home loan application requirements for national banks. The coverage is that all applications and loans for purchase, permanent financing, for construction, or refinancing of residential real property to be used for the consumer's principal dwelling, and coverage does not include home improvement loans, loans to purchase vacation homes, interim construction loans, loans secured by mobile homes that are not permanently fixed to real property, and loans secured by real estate but made for other purposes, or loans to purchase vacant lots. I don't understand why it does not include home improvement loans. That's interesting. Is that like open-end improvement loans? Interesting. Requirements. National banks must attempt to obtain the following information on completed home loan applications. And you have here Roman numeral I through Roman numeral 20. These fields have increased in volume. They want to know more information as of, I guess some point this year. But let's start with what was required at the time that this reference guide to regulatory compliance was issued. I want to say in like 2011 or 12. It was the loan amount requested, the interest rate requested, and these are all required on the Alhamdulillah. The number of months requested to maturity, the location of the property, the complete address, the number of residential units, the year the property was built, the purpose of the loan, the name and present address of the applicant, the age of the applicant, the marital status, using married, unmarried, or separated, the number of years employed in the present profession, the years on the present job, the gross total monthly income, including base salary, wages, overtime, bonuses, commissions, dividends, interest, rental income, retirement or disability income, income from part-time employment, including income from alimony, child support, and separate maintenance after disclosing to applicant that it need not be listed unless applicant wants it to be considered. Other fields are proposed monthly housing payment, which may include the taxes, insurance, the monthly assessments, and utilities that the bank consistently uses these amounts for computing housing costs. And the purchase price. The applicant's total monthly payments on all outstanding liabilities, including installment debts, real estate loans, and any alimony, child support, or separate maintenance payments. But net worth, which is the applicant's total assets, including cash, stocks, bonds, cash value of life insurance, real estate, net worth of business owned, automobile, furniture, personal property, and so forth, minus the total liabilities, including installment debt, real estate debt, automobile loans, and so forth. And the date of the application, the sex of the applicant, and the race or national origin of the applicant. Disclosures. The bank must disclose to the applicant that the information on sex and race national origin is requested by the federal government for monitoring purposes. And may not discriminate on the basis of the information or on the fact that the applicant chooses not to provide it. If the applicant does not provide the information on race and national origin and sex, the lender must visually observe the applicant and note the race and sex. Use of the Federal Home Loan Mortgage Corporation Fannie Mae Form Information Info Government Monitoring Purposes GMI will constitute compliance with the monitoring information. And the bank must keep the following information in its home loan files: appraised value, census tract number, and the disposition of the application, whether it was drawn or denied, or the credit was offered or offered and accepted, not accepted, and any additional information used by the bank in determining whether or not to extend credit, including credit reports, federal tax forms, appraisals, and so forth. And if final terms were offered, also include the following in the file: the loan amount, whether private mortgage insurance was required, and if so, the terms of the insurance, whether a deposit balance is required, and if so, the amount, note interest rate, number of months maturity, points, commitment date, type of mortgage, standard fixed payment, variable rate, graduated payment, rollover, or other, and the name of the bank office where the application was submitted. If the application is denied, maintain the following in the file: a copy of the ECOA notice and the statement of credit denial. Other National Bank record-keeping requirements include the inquiry and application log, and the coverage and the requirements for that. Statistical analysis prior to OCC exam, HMDA data submission forms, and the purpose of the statistical analysis and requirements is written here. Lastly, we'll talk about record retention requirements and state non-member bank requirements and the enforceability of civil, criminal, administrative enforcement, and FIRA penalties.